Hey guys, Verbal Engine 95, recording live from the local county prison cell. Thought I'd mix things up a little bit, don't worry, Harley's still sitting right there, sitting pretty. So, yeah, so recently I've been getting back into something that was a very big part of my gaming experience as a child. That would be 3D fighting games, and yeah, right now I'm just getting really back into them, so I decided this week might as well do two notable characters from two very famous 3D fighting games, and this fight will be Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, and Raidou, whatever his last name is Japanese, from Dead or Alive. Yeah, so, now, as I often run into with characters like this, there's not, for Heihachi at least, Raidou has a little bit more, but for Heihachi at least, there's not really a lot of, like, specific abilities I can spotlight. I can spotlight a few things that, have happened to him, or things that he's done that demonstrate how powerful he is, but I can't, it's not like Heihachi has the power to do this, or something, I can't really get, like, I can't classify his power exactly. So, yeah. So let's just break this down regular and see how this goes. So right off the bat, out of who? Okay, so physically, I'm going to say Heihachi has a definite advantage, right? Because of just, like, all the insane shit Heihachi's done. I mean, he's powerbombed people through multiple floors of several-story buildings. He's caught a fucking tomahawk in his teeth and bitten through it. A steel tomahawk, mind you. He's just, what else was it? Oh yeah, he, within a couple of seconds, killed a man who was genetically enhanced to be immortal. By him, he specifically genetically enhanced this guy to make him immortal, and then just killed him for the fucking hell of it. Yeah, so Heihachi definitely has the power to back up his reputation. I mean, he has suffered a lot of losses, obviously. Some considered more fatal than others, but, he's never actually died in canon. So, yeah, I mean, clearly this guy can, and every time he does something really, really bad, obviously it comes back to bite him, but also every time he loses, he damn near kills the person that beat him last, so Heihachi does not mess around. Heihachi will always come back. You will never be rid of Heihachi. Right? He will always come back and fucking kill you. The same can be said for his opponent, Raidou. Now, Raidou, as I'm aware of the fact that Raidou has the move stealing ability. But let's just go ahead and, I mean, yeah, he can, it's like Taskmaster, he can perfectly replicate any move used against him, any martial arts technique used against him. It's how he learned the Torn Sky Blast, because Hayate was an idiot and decided, hey, I'm gonna use this fucking legendary move I'm trying to keep secret against the one guy who can fucking replicate it without any training. Yeah. So, this guy does not have a good track record either. Just because he's had notable victories against, like, two people that we've never really seen, and, yeah, he got beat by a little girl ninja, so, I mean, I'm not saying that but I'm not saying, like, she's a girl, so therefore he was weak for getting beat by, but I'm saying, like, she was a child who killed him. Like, that. Kasumi was a child when this fucking shit happened, come on. But of course, not being one to stop there, he went ahead and got brought back to life as a cyborg, and he's got a cybernetic arm, and he's got the whole Kano thing going on with half of his face being metal, but the downside to that would be that he has none of his memories because he doesn't have as much of his brain left, and he's only capable of thinking about basically just destruction. Like, he has no other objective. He's like, Skull Draymond. Just, if you're in front of him, he's trying to kill you. Now this guy's superhuman in his own right, to some degree. That fight with Hayate at the beginning of Dead or Alive 2 was just fucking hilarious to watch. He bitch slapped him at the speed of sound with one hand, just like slapping him around, just laughing at him the whole time. And yeah, and of course, after stealing the Torn Sky Blast, he's still capable of using it. So we do know that, and he's capable of doing these same moves after, in Dead or Alive 5, where he was brought back as a cyborg. So we know, despite having parts of his brain missing and not being able to, he lost all of his memories, but he's still able to do all of the things he's learned. I do not believe they've confirmed whether he still has the ability to steal everyone's moves. I wouldn't assume so. I wouldn't assume so, just because I would think, he would. I mean, there's a lot more characters in Dead or Alive 5, and he only has moves of the characters that, he had from before. He didn't steal any new moves. He did just get brought back to life, but, you would think he would have more stolen moves to his repertoire, which he doesn't really, so I would assume that suggests he's no longer capable of stealing their moves. Which is a shame, because that's something he's really going to need against Heihachi. So let's go ahead and break this down. I am thinking Heihachi wins. Alright? I have reasons for this. Heihachi physically outclasses Raidou. Yes, Raidou has projectile, he has the Torn Sky Blast, and he has cybernetics and everything, and, and if he has that move-stealing ability, it's a lot closer of a fight, but I still think Heihachi takes it. Here's a few things. Okay, first of all, in Tekken 5, in a fight with a bunch of Jack 6s, Heihachi can be seen punching holes through them and kicking them in half. Not to mention, he bit through a steel tomahawk. What good is your arm made of metal to a guy who can tear metal apart like it's tissue paper? More examples? Okay, in that same game, let's put it this way. Raidou was killed by Kasumi when she blasts where the recoil of a Torn Sky Blast launches him into a bunch of explosive barrels, and he gets dismembered. Heihachi, again in Tekken 5, got dogpiled on by at least a dozen Jacks who detonated simultaneously. Yeah, he was knocked unconscious for a few months, after being launched several miles in one direction. So, a couple of explosive barrels make Raidou just fly apart, right? Whereas Heihachi just oh man, how long have I been out? After having these 8-foot tall fucking metal robots did, like, explode on top of him, which really shouldn't make him be launched in a sideways direction, but whatever. Yeah, Heihachi can definitely take a way bigger hit than fucking Raidou can, obviously, if that's enough to kill him, and Heihachi isn't killed by something way worse than that. Not to mention the fact that Heihachi fights these superhumanly powerful opponents, such as Jin and Kazuya, who, have the Devil Gene and everything. And actually, that's probably something attributed to Heihachi's, to his, power. I mean, yeah, there's the whole thing with the Devil Gene possibly skipping a generation. If it did that, then it really wouldn't affect Kazuya and Jin, but but this guy is superhuman for a reason. I mean, yeah, there has to be some power. But also, something I forgot to mention, the fact that Heihachi, in the events of Tekken Tag Tournament, developed a rejuvenation serum to actually, after losing to Kazuya due to what he presumed to be his age, he developed a rejuvenation serum that allowed him to temporarily make his body in the prime of his youth, which would, of course, naturally make him stronger, faster, less weary, more able to, give him more stamina and all these things. Something that, would definitely be a factor in this fight. So, with all of that, I don't really see, I mean, the Torrent Sky Blast isn't gonna, and we've seen that the Torrent Sky Blast isn't, like, a lethal move in itself, just because we've seen people use it. Yeah, we've seen people use it and not kill people. The Torrent Sky Blast isn't even what killed Raidou. It was the fact that it launched him into a bunch of explosive barrels. Were they barrels or were they just containers? I don't know. Something like it launched him into explosives. The explosion killed him. It's not even the Torrent Sky Blast. So the fact that that wouldn't be able to kill if that can't even kill a regular person. It didn't even kill. It wasn't even the factor that supposedly killed Hayate. Hayate didn't even get amnesia from that. He got amnesia because he landed spine first into a tree. If we're talking about the Torrent Sky Blast beam struggle between Raidou and Hayate, the Torrent Sky Blast isn't what killed him. It's the fact that the impact knocked him into a tree and he landed spine first and got whiplash and got amnesia. That wasn't even the thing that did it. It was the impact from landing that way. So the Torrent Sky Blast is a mostly concussive maneuver. It's very not lethal, obviously. So someone like Heihachi is just gonna be like, come at, take it right to the chest. So yeah, the fact that Heihachi just will not fucking die. I mean, this guy got thrown into the same ravine that he threw Kazuya in, and was just like, alright. When I did it to you, you were a child. I'm a full-grown-ass man. I can survive being thrown into a fucking jagged ravine. So, yeah. I'm gonna give it to Heihachi over Raidou. Is it a close fight? Absolutely. Just giving it to Heihachi. Anyway, not really much I can say. There has been some rumor about the finale being after Green Arrow Hawkeye, in which case, whatever, we'll see. But, yeah. Till then, Verbal Engine 95, see ya.